Yeah, that's right. We had to bring the intro in twice. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the initial debut episode of the Funkin Homies with myself, Christian, and the Godfrey over to the right of me, who's actually in my living room right now because we were having all types of technical difficulties with audio, but we seem to have worked it out. How's everybody doing out there today? Godfrey, how was your day today, brother?
It was good, man. Every day's a gift, and sometimes life is the best teacher. You got to go through the motions to learn. That's the way it is.
Yeah, man, totally is. Hey, guys, welcome to the podcast. Everybody hear us loud and clear out there? Got any echoes, anything like that we need to know about on this debut run here?
Oh no, we're put one finger up if it's clear. Put two fingers up if you're ready. Don't put any fingers up. We're good.
I'm
I
clear,
don't hear
baby.
anything. We're clear.
That's
What's
what's
good,
up.
everybody? I see everybody out there saying hello. Details official. What's good, fellas? We got my man Chris M. I don't want to forget people. We have people. Listen, I want to share this. Adrian over here was chiming in at 6 o'clock. He was pre gaming at his house in front of his computer, waiting for that StreamYard to go off. We appreciate you, Adrian.
It's my
So,
mini me right there. That's the Bio Bomb Mini.
yep, he's the bilingual mini me bio bomb too.
Yeah. 100% more valuable than me in the field.
Saturday,
What's going
5
on?
p.m. Eastern.
Details. What's up, Alex? What's going on, Keith, Westcat, Chris M, Mikey J, So Clean Eileen, Mr. Burkett, Devil in the Details, Mr. Boyce. What's going on, sir?
We
All
got
right,
so
guys,
many guys.
Dragos. Yeah, there's a
Guys,
lot of people in here, man. I appreciate the
31.
love on the first episode.
I knew we would have a lot. I had faith.
All right, slow down. It's our first episode. We're about to drop
Listen,
15
that's
people out of here
impressive.
because you're being
39 people.
cocky.
Everybody jump on.
All
Listen,
right, so
comment at us if you like, if you got any questions, anything like that, participate in the show. We're going to have some special guests today. We're going to keep it free form. We're going to grow this podcast and we're going to grow it in a sense where we're going to be creative along with you guys, right? We're going to keep it cool. We're going to have fun. That's what this is about. We want you to laugh, take a load off. We'll talk detailing. We'll talk anything under the sun. We just be nice and respectful to each other, and that's all we ask for. Am I on point there, Christian? Is that
absolutely. So, I
sounds
mean,
right?
the general concept of the podcast, guys, just so everybody kind of knows what we're going to be trying to do every week. We're basically trying to just dig a little bit deeper into the level of the detailers who are out there in the space, basically creating content every week, not really ever getting a chance to showcase their own pretty faces or kind of what it is that makes them who they are, what they like outside of detail and why they got into the industry. We just want to connect more with the community and let everybody who's kind of in these chats on a regular basis get a chance to kind of have a showcase moment where we get to learn a little bit more about you and, maybe enhance some of your relationships you have with some of your other people that you deal with and associate with on social media, and potentially, hopefully, something that you could use for yourself, to kind of direct maybe potential clients and stuff like that to the pod to kind of learn a little bit more about you outside of just being a detailer. So it should be a good time. We're going to try to keep it as loose as possible. Every once in a while, you guys might see me and Godfrey get into a little bit of a headbutting situation. If we're podding
Never.
if we're podding in the same room, you might see me drop out real fast and then come in with an elbow drop on them. But I promise it's all love. We've been friends for like 20 years. So, if there's any type of, situation that we get into with one another, we have a tendency to always be able to make up, no problem. So have no fear. It's just for the show.
Yeah, no fear at all. We also are going for the tag team champions of the beard world out there, the best beard duo in the podcast game. We're gonna go for that. I think we got a head start there. Our boy Eric's got a good beard too, but we're known for the beards, as you see in the logo. So make sure you subscribe and press that like button. But Christian, I wanted to, I talk about you a lot. You talk about me a lot. When we're conversing with people that are customers, friends, customers that become our friends. And one thing I wanted to ask you too, he didn't even know I was going to ask him this kind of stuff. But
here we go. Starting already.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? No, I'm just joking. I wanted to ask you, the BioBomb's beginnings. Like I've talked about it when I talk to people about the product, and we're not trying to make this an infomercial, but I just kind of want people to know your background and where you came from, because starting out detailing cars and things of that nature, and what kind of like, what was the ascension to you starting BioBombs? Like, what were you before that?
I
The
mean, we've been
prequel, if you will.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, we can go into like the origin story, I guess you could say, of kind of where we where we started, how BioBombs kind of got conceptualized. But even prior to BioBombs, I've always been a grinder my entire life, so never really was that good in high school. I was in a year early, so I felt like I kind of maybe should have got let back for a year when I was younger, but my mom pushed me in early or whatever. School was never really my thing. I mean, I did decent, but I never really had that. Oh man, I'm gonna go to college and do this and do that. So I tried the 13th grade, like most people did. It was decent at the community college or whatnot, but in the interim of that, I was actually working at a car wash, drying cars off, and I'm working at a restaurant just to kind of get some, extra coin in the pocket. I met this guy. I was like, "Hey, man, how much they paying you over here or whatever?" I'm getting $10 an hour. He's like, "I'll give you 15." I stuck my hand in his window. I'm like, "My name is Chris," and this was back probably 2001, something like that or whatever. So I started working for this other company doing residential play equipment, like the big redwood swing sets that you see out in people's backyards with like the big rainbow canopies and stuff on them. And things used to go for like 15, 20 grand back in the day. But long story short, that company started another company doing auto detailing because they had a guy out in Boston.
Wait, what year did you say? 2000 what?
Had to be '01 because I remember the towers dropping when I was at that job.
It's a long time ago, dog. That's
I don't like how you just did that, man. Yo, listen, anybody in the chat knows how to get me set up with a soundboard or whatever. We're about to change this to the Beef and Homies podcast because you keep doing that type of stuff to me in the middle of one of my origin stories, bro. I'm gonna be salty. That elbow drop's gonna come in the first episode.
All right, continue on.
All right. So either way, my bosses at my old job knew somebody out in Boston that was doing mobile interior repair stuff. Burn holes in seats, carpets, dyeing the rugs, putting the plastic down. Doing like an interior restoration service, odor bombs, things like that, or whatever with the foggers and traditional methods. So we went out to Boston, got trained up, came back down. Me and my two homies actually started this new branch up for them, this new company. We ran that for about 5 or 6 years. My buddy and me, who were basically the two main guys in the company, kind of got tired of not producing, I guess, the profits that we felt like we should have been getting. And we wound up starting our own thing up. So we've been running that since '07. That's actually something we still do. And on top is kind of starting this BioBombs thing up. So that's the original origin story prior to BioBombs.
Nice. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know how did I
meet you?
How did
this is a
me?
good story too, right? So all right, so during that whole process of me having this other gig when I was doing the original company before we started our own detailing thing, my younger brother, and Godfrey wound up working together. Now, Godfrey was actually my brother's manager, which definitely caused a lot of heads to be butted or whatnot. But ultimately,
I hired him too. What was I thinking? I was just like, let me hire this guy.
Listen, he was silly enough to let you live in his house in the back room for a couple of years or whatever. So, I mean, you guys obviously had something going on. But so I met Godfrey through my brother, and then Godfrey and my brother actually both left AT&T, and then Godfrey actually wound up going to one of my dealerships that we were servicing on a weekly basis. So that's how our friendship actually continued. And he obviously saw the beginning stages of BioBombs from its inception to kind of, over the past couple of years, him being involved with the company and, obviously helping us grow and turn into the behemoth world odor domination champions that we are. Self-proclaimed, of course.
I wanted to put this up here and to shine. So my name is Matt. My government name is.
It's about time we talk about
Matthew
this.
Godfrey. All right. I don't know why, but I'm just one of those people where people just decide to call me by my last name.
I know why we have a confusion situation for BioBombs. I asked you, what do you want to have your email be? And you're like, Godfrey at BioBombs. And then you're like introducing yourself as Matt to everyone. So now, like, we can at least get the airwaves clear. You can call him Godfrey. You can call him Matt.
What do you call me? You call me Godfrey, though, don't you?
I call you the God. I mean,
well, listen.
That's what I call you.
My life has been a confusing thing of names. I have family nicknames. Some family members call me James, which is my middle name. My first name is Matt. None of my family members call me Matt or Matthew. Everybody outside of there knows me as that. But it is Matt, but my last name is Godfrey. So people that know me, like Christian, always has called me Godfrey. His brother has. So, like, even Jamie calls me Godfrey now, and it just kind of catches on. So, eventually, that name's going to take over, and that's why I decided it's going to be Godfrey at BioBombs, because I knew Christian, no matter what, is just going to say Godfrey. So, listen, I did get my start with the Lord of the Rings. That's right. I did have that axe. That's for straight up.
I mean, this guy literally has on his little description for his name, the Godfrey. He acts like he doesn't go by that name, and that, like, I'm the one who, like, had people start calling him by his last name.
Funny thing is, Christian's brother kind of hit me up with that, and then it ran. But I've done a lot of podcasts outside of here, so that is usually my podcast handle. Um, and I'm kind of a personality, I think, so that's why. But whatever you're comfortable calling me, you can call me. Just don't call me late for dinner, or And
Oh my gosh.
I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? But Godfrey sounds cooler, exactly. I think so. It naturally happened. I didn't bestow it upon myself. It was given to me. So it was a conflict. He was like, "What do you want your email address to be?" And I literally, he didn't even see this. I was just thinking. I was like, "Man, where do I go with this?" So it's Godfrey at BioBombs if you got to get a hold of me. But that's where it came from. But the funny thing about Christian, when I met him, um, Christian was, his brother was my employee. We became friends, and we both left AT&T. And me and Christian naturally gravitated toward each other. And I got to see BioBombs at the beginning stages, like in 7-Eleven cups, like straight up. I'm not even joking. And see it actually kind of develop and be used, because I have almost 9 years of a used car dealership experience at the same dealership. Christian was running a successful business, and every Wednesday he'd be in there. We knew him, so he would tell me about this BioBomb thing. I was like, all right, this thing's cool. Tell me about it, and I started getting involved a little under a year ago. Probably I would say toward the end of last year, really in the beginning of last year. And things have been going there, but that's kind of the origins of how we've come together. We were friends before that. I've known him for I feel old now, but probably about 20 years. And I've always been podcasting. He knows that, and it's just kind of how the world works sometimes. Like somehow, some way, he starts a company. I end up helping him, and then we're on a podcast right now doing our first episode. It's wild when I think about it. Like if you asked me this a year ago, I'd be like, I would have said you're high if you were telling me this was going to happen.
The best, I know.
I can't even believe it.
When I first said something to him, like, listen, dude, you're probably not gonna believe me when I say this. I said, I know you've been podding for a long time now, or whatever. I said, but Thor asked us if we wanted to be a part of the network and do a pod. They said we could do it on whatever we want. He goes, "You serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "All right, count me in." I'm like, "My guy." So here we are.
First off, the funny thing is, and this is nothing against Christian. When you do a podcast, right, and your friends know you do podcasts, the first thing he says, "Yo, we should do a podcast together." And I never dismissed him off, but as he's learning tonight, as we go through things, it is a lot more complicated than people realize to do a podcast.
Oh, we had audio technicalities out the wilds.
And I
we
was
were
just
on there for 35 minutes trying to figure it out.
And that's when I open with life is the best teacher, because guess what? I knew there was nothing I could tell him until he took these steps. And I've been through this with people before. So, listen. Oh, you got that pen in too? That thing, I appreciate that. Infinite, the bio clause is taking care of your pen needs too. I already could hear him boiling at the top. I was getting roasted on a TikTok live for not sending the pen out. This girl, as you like to call her, IGL Boo Boo, was on there doing Hangman with the bio.
IGL Boo Boo. IGL Boo Boo.
Our friend Jordan
That's my Eddie
Lee.
Cologne singing right there.
Yeah, and yep, I'm deleting the post. Listen, BioClaws has a special surprise on the way for you, Infinite. Trust me, you're going to like it. It's about a couple days. We got the Santa's helpers working overtime in the garage. But that's the origin story, right? We're not going to be an infomercial here. I mean, a lot of you guys have talked to us, but one thing I wanted to talk about is and we'll go with this later on, is kind of tease you guys, is wild detailing stories. And I already have one. Some of you guys already know. Not for me personally, but one that we've been talking about. Not my personal wild detail story, but some of you guys in here know what I'm talking about. I know Christian has plenty, but what's up, Eileen?
So listen, real fast. I don't want to. One thing you can say about this podcast, and I think Godfrey can attest to this, right? Like, we're going to be dropping invites out to everybody randomly all the time, so you never really know who's going to pop in and say what's up. Our guests that we do have on tonight or whatever, somebody very special to me. We linked up probably a couple months ago now or whatever, at a training for First Choice. So Mr. NY Funkin himself, we're going to bring him in here in a couple minutes or whatever, have him tell us a little bit about a story, kind of what got him into the game, where he's at, kind of what motivates him, and, all those different things, and kind of talk shop or whatever. But, like I said, we're going to be constantly having people drop in on the pod. We got a lot of friends in the industry. We're very grateful to everybody and the relationships we've had and created over the past couple of years since we've been, on here in the social media space. So, I mean, we want everyone who's here today to know, like, if you ever want to jump on, hop on for an episode, just kind of talk shop. I mean, I'll be fully transparent with you. I'm not what I would consider to be one of the best detailers in the world, right? I'll smoke the hell out of an interior. When it comes to the exterior, though, I mean, I'm not really saying that that's the thing that I would be the most knowledgeable in, So I get a lot of information from you guys all the time, just from being in the industry and learning or whatever. I don't often pick up a polisher or whatever, and y'all are gonna cook me for this one, but it's like I'm a DA dude. I ain't rocking no rotary, man. And to be honest with you, all my cars stay pretty damn clean, so I'm not really too worried about it. I wash them with the proper techniques or whatever, and I usually get them all treated. So, but I'm not saying that we're not going to go through detailing things on this pod or whatever. The pod, for me, at least where I would like to have things go, is I really want to build up the community more. I don't want to make sure everybody that kind of, interacts with us on a regular basis or whatever has an opportunity to shine. Because I know some of the other pods that are out there don't necessarily showcase the same, level of what I would consider to be like a detailer, as opposed to, say, manufacturers or, distributors or different companies or whatever. We want to try to make sure everybody gets a chance to sit up here and hang out with the Funkin' homies. So,
sure.
with that being the case, just want to get that out there.
Listen, and I'm going to start repping people's hats. So if you want to send us hats, we will rep your hat, because we want to be part of the community, want to rep other people's businesses.
Godfrey, what size head do you have? Just so everybody knows how big that joint is.
Listen, if you're gonna send me a fitted, it's 7 3/4. So I'm just saying,
big old
you
head,
might want to go. You might want to go with the snap
big
on.
old head.
You might want to go with the snap on. But listen, if it can't fit my head and you send it, I'll put it up on a little stand right here, and we'll make sure you see it. Christian's got a big dome too, but I got him beat. You know what I mean?
I do. My thing's big. I got a real nice flat spot on the back, though. I got a real crazy trick.
Yeah, I got a round 7 3/4 dome.
Check this out.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Your mom was reading the Bible on the back of your head in church.
I don't know what happened, man, but I got a flat spot back there. It makes me look good. I'm a white dude with a bald head. Haven't had hair since I was 19 years old, and I get complimented.
Is that how early it went?
Maybe 19, bro. 19.
Who did you piss off?
19. God, I don't
20,
know.
22, 23 was for me, man. It was,
No, I was 19, bro. I remember I had my first apartment. And I was sitting outside on my back porch, and I was shaving my head, and I'm like, man, this is getting ridiculous. I'm using a 2, and I'm like, man, I can't even use the 2 no more. And nobody said that, Papa.
Yeah,
get out of here. You're about to get us canceled on the first episode, dog.
Listen, look at the Papa. I should have known he would be the first one to just go there off the top rope. I knew it. I felt it yesterday. I was like, who's going to take the most off the wall comment? I was like, Papa Smurf. And without disappointment, you delivered
right away.
Right away.
I think it might have been his first comment in the chat. He just popped right in with strap on.
Right? Crazy. So, we are gonna. I think we're gonna bring. When are we bringing our guest on? No, we're gonna be doing this.
Yeah, we might as well bring him in now. Yeah, man, it's the homie, man. We can sit back and talk with him the whole episode. So
hold on, before he goes. All right, we have to get this set up.
Let me see something. Yeah. We're trying to rock this out. Boom. Ready? Here we go. We bring him in. There we go. My guy.
What's going on?
What's up, brother? What's going on? Good to see you.
Likewise.
That was pretty nasty. That was pretty. I was hyped after seeing. I almost ran through the wall.
Yo, the guy's a content king, man. If you guys aren't following them iPhone Kings, not following them iPhone Kings, you're missing out. The guy's gonna definitely teach you how to create some content.
Audience is applauding multiple times, standing on their feet. You guys hear that? It's crazy.
Absolutely.
That was beautiful.
Appreciate you guys. It's a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me, man.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So, just to get you in here, I mean, obviously we met a couple months ago. Weather was still nice, right?
Yeah.
I think the weather was still nice. It was warm out, actually, because I remember when we were standing outside doing a little demo. It was hot. Yeah, it was the summertime.
Yeah.
Had the pleasure of meeting yourself and your wonderful wife. You guys showed a lot of love. Obviously, we talked and chatted on Instagram a couple of times, but as soon as I told you I was heading out to First Choice to do a little demo and training or whatnot, you were like, I'll be there. And you shot right out. So I had a pleasure to meet you. And I had a pleasure to meet Daniel over at Flawless from the West Coast. So you guys made my day incredibly memorable, man. I drove home that day. It was like a 2.5 hour ride home. And I think I drove home in silence pretty much.
He was
the whole time.
hyped. He called me up, hyped. Like
because
he was
listen,
man,
man,
he was hyped. I'm not even
you
joking.
meet
I was
good
like,
people,
"Yo,
man.
did you drink coffee? Like, chill." And he was.
He did that. He did that to me. We were on the way home from SEMA. Godfrey thinks I'm crazy. He thinks I'm on drugs. And I heard you say that to a couple people, Godfrey, because I had a conversation. They asked me straight up. They're like, "Yo, Godfrey thinks you do drugs." I'm like, "Nah, it's not that, dude. I'm
Listen,
high on life, man." Like
we got in at like 2 a.m. at SEMA, right? And he's getting up at 6:30. He's like, "Wow, look at that globe out there." I'm like, "Shut the hell up now, please."
I'll be waking up.
It doesn't even matter. No sleep.
In the morning, popping the curtains open. I'm like, "Good morning, Godfrey."
I'm like, "Yo, what is going on here?" I'm like, I think maybe he's not. Maybe he's secretly an alien. And we don't even know it. Like that's something.
Me and Humberto, what's up, dog?
Early bird too. Early bird.
I gotta ask you, which of the boroughs do you represent? I need to know.
I represent Queens, brother. Queens.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Queens, bro.
Do you rock with the Jets? Are you a football fan?
Jets. I mean,
or the Giants.
I don't really follow football that much.
Okay.
I follow combat sports, boxing, or baseball, stuff like that.
Okay, so if you were from Queens, are you a Yankees fan or a Mets fan if you follow baseball?
Wow.
You mean you're a Mets fan? You're not telling the truth.
Yeah,
if you're a Yankees fan, you would have said it with your chest. You're a Mets fan, aren't you?
Nah, I'm actually a Yankee fan.
Oh,
okay. It's hard to say, man.
You were in the series this year.
The Met, yeah, but they always are, bro. It's a failing pattern. I'm tired of it, man. For real, honestly.
I feel so bad for you, totally.
Yeah. Not really. But I get it.
For nothing. They get you too hyped for nothing. At least the Yankees give you that feeling from when I was little that you see them winning the World Series. Like I still haven't seen them win the World Series, the Mets, to this day.
Yeah, it will happen one day. You'll get
one
there.
Day,
trust me.
One day. If I would have made it, they probably would have gone. I used to play
the
baseball
Chelsea
too.
baseball team. He means the soccer team. That's funny. It's reading when it comes. That's pretty cool. So. We won't turn this to a sports podcast. I was just curious because when you're from the 5 boroughs, there's at least one team, even if you're not in the sports that you like, and you're a baseball guy. So,
yeah,
gotcha. All right, I respect that.
Yeah,
Phillies. I'm Phillies for life. So, all right, man. So, good thing is, he told me about his experience up there. Christian, cut me off here if I'm just kind of stepping on your toes where you wanted to go with this, but tell us a little bit about the NY Foam King. How you don't got to give us your whole life story here, but maybe about like what was your inspiration, what got you started?
Well, I mean, I started basically in if we're going way back, I started in like hotels, and I was like a houseman there, and I would always do a lot of shampooing, like seats, whatever it was, carpets, you name it. We used to do upholsteries, all of that. And then from there, it started going off to a little more of, it would be more of it was more like we would do cars and vans. We would do a whole bunch of stuff.
So you were covering all the bases.
Yeah, man.
That were interior. You were going inside.
What got you into the detailing game though? Like, why did you switch? What took you away from what took you into doing strictly from mobile stuff?
From there, I actually started going from houseman. I actually became an engineer, and I started engineering for literally about 8 years. But that didn't really like I didn't have the passion for it. Okay. Like I liked it a lot, but I didn't have the passion for it. So I just I honestly, once I got my second car, actually, my first car was a Honda 98. Then I got a Lexus. And once I got the Lexus, I never washed it with anybody. I just always took care of it. And that was around 2016.
I
And
think that's
that was
how
your-
a lot
that
of
was your
people, I think that's
first
how a
love.
lot of people get in. I think that's how a lot of people get into wanting to detail, man. So you
I
get that
mean, it
first car that
was.
you're just like, yeah, man. And like, you know, my buddy, his kid just turned 16. He got a Pontiac Vibe, stick shift, silver. That joint's a bucket, right? But to him, man, that thing is clean as a whistle. He
It
got that thing
is.
shining. He got the tire shine on the wheels. I mean, and that's no diss, right? Because I understand what it's like. I had a Ford Probe for my first car, and that thing was a dump, but I loved it.
With whatever car you have, bro, if you love it and you take care of it, and it treats you good, bro, you got to take care of it back, man. You
I mean,
have
listen,
to.
when you're young and you're taking journeys as a young man, you know, I mean, a car could take you a lot of places, bro. My car back in the day, that thing took
That's
me
a
where I
fact.
needed to go.
Yep.
So I made sure she was clean on the way going there.
My thing was, no matter how cracked up or hoopty the car was when it was my first, it had to have one rule: the sound system had to be tight, no matter what it looked
Absolutely,
like.
dog. Absolutely. That's a staple on my practice. People think I'm nuts, man. I'm one of the only cats still, you know, I'm 43 years old. Every car I ever had has a banger in it. And I'm not talking about like
Same.
bullshit. I'm talking about like W7, amped out the max, windows down. As soon as the weather turns nice, I'm like a hood rat. Windows go down, I turn up the like most gutter shit I can, and I'm banging that thing in a light. And somebody looking over at me like, this kid's fucking crazy. Oops, sorry, damn. I got to get that edit button
Juvenile at
worked
full
out.
blast.
Yeah, exactly. I don't grow up. That's the one thing I can say. I definitely don't grow up. When the weather gets nice, my radio goes up, windows go down. That's like a rule.
So that Lexus was your first love as far as cars go, right?
What kind of
Yeah,
Lex? What kind of Lex?
it's a 2016 RX,
Okay.
the 350,
Okay.
the
What color?
Explorer with the red guts, with the
Okay.
outside obsidian black.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
A
Okay.
beauty, yeah, man.
Okay,
That's
okay.
still my baby though.
You
That's
got the
still
chrome,
a-
did you have the chrome wheels on it?
Pristine. Huh?
Yeah, chromies on it.
Chrome?
Chrome
Chrome
wheels?
wheels.
No.
No chrome wheels.
I
Okay.
don't mess with the chrome. I don't like chrome.
Me either, dude. I'm the same way. I had this. It's the maintenance that kills me, man. And it's like
Yeah,
the littlest thing. I can't do
Man,
the
look,
chrome.
black wheels are just as bad, bro. People say like chrome's hard to maintain. I feel like chrome's easier to maintain. Black wheels are a pain in the ass. Brake dust sticks to them things like crazy. Always shows up.
Yeah, but if you got a guy talented enough with the Dremel tool, he could go in there and go zzz, zzz,
Ain't
paint
about
that bad boy
man.
and
Like,
get it looking brand
I
new.
feel like a nice pair of chrome wheels, right? And like, I'm not. You got to have the right. I'm one of them guys, right? You can go. I could have walked through the rim hall in SEMA, and literally, I could have picked out if there was 1,000 rims, 2,000 rims on display. I might find 5 that would make my cut. I am very picky when it comes to wheels.
He's been
But chrome,
dogging you about the rims on my Mustang for years since I bought it.
It's so bad.
I
love
love
you, but
him,
they're
but he's
so
been
bad.
dogging me for ever since I bought it. I paid it off. I'm still getting dogged about my rims.
I don't mean it. You're my friend. I don't mean to be that way. I really don't. Eddie tells me all the time I gotta knock it off. I'm too aggressive with that stuff. I don't mean to be that way. I'm sorry. I won't make fun
Get
of your
him,
rims
Eddie.
no more.
Nice.
But that was my first love. But then I started like doing it from my garage because all my neighbors started watching me and they're like, bro, you go too crazy on these cars. Like what like and they saw the passion that I had for it, and it started like that. It would be a neighbor here, neighbor there, then a few people from my job, and then I that's how I started, man. And I had the desire to like really learn it because instead of me, because I was gonna take the engineering courses, like finish off. I had like it was basically like a test that they were gonna do for it, but I ended up just not doing that, and I just put all my focus onto detailing because I didn't. It happened right on the pandemic too. It was just they kicked us out. Like all the engineers, everybody went home. Like they never called nobody back. So I fully went towards detailing, and I fell in
You
love
think
with
you were
it.
like kind of you think you were kind of guided into that? You know
It
what I mean?
was not so basically in a way, but also like before all of that, like I had asked God to like give me like, and I wanted to feel the same passion as from when I used to do my sports, because I played sports a lot. Like that's what I was going to become, like baseball player. Like I'm telling you, at 14 I used to pitch at 85 miles an hour. Like I was a freak of nature. So
You still, I mean, listen, you're very spry, man. Like people that can't see you, you're all dressed up in black right now or whatever. But I mean, this dude's jacked. You know what I mean?
That was weird.
Sliced up. He got the 6 and the whole 9. This boss, he's
But
cut. You know?
I boxed for like 8 years, man. I was boxing too. Like I
Yeah,
was
I
really
don't want no problems, man. I'm glad you're on my side of the fence,
all
bro. I'm
these
happy you're on
hands.
Team Funky Homies for sure.
I'm part of the squad. It's the
That's
squad.
what's up. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Cool, man. Cool. So, you know, I mean, you mentioned something. You know, obviously, you spoke to God about this. One of the things I noticed, and I find it inspirational myself. You know, we're not going to get too deep into, you know, one particular topic or whatever. But I mean, you do mention a lot of scripture in your posts. It's like one of your staples that you do. Anybody that follows you should probably see that or whatever. What compelled you to necessarily go down that route with things? Because I'll be honest with you, man. Like, there's a lot of cats in this chat right now. I don't think if you add the top 3 people in here with their number of followers that we even touch a number that you have. Last time I looked, you rocking like what, 122, something like that?
Appreciate it. No, it was around. It's over 100,000. I think it's around 106 right now.
All right, whatever, man. I mean, we're sitting at 21 right now, so you 5 times better than us, bro. I'll be humble about it.
Appreciate
So,
you. Nah, but that's from my roots, man. That's from my mom. My mom installed that into me. But you know, as you get older, you kind of like steer away and hang around with the wrong people and all that. But you know, you get humbled real fast. You know, life humbles you, and you have to fall back to your roots. And my roots, thank God, which is God. Like God, I'm telling you this. I always tell everybody the greatest gift my mom ever has given me is introducing me to God, man. I'm telling you, without him, I'm nothing, bro.
Amen, brother.
Was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we got a little question in the comments talking about what kind of accent this guy got. So why don't you tell us about your origin story? Yeah, there it is.
Dominican, brother. We're Dominican on this side. An American though. I was born here though, but there's no accent.
You got a little.
Maybe a New York accent.
Yeah, you got some New York in you. Yeah, but I mean, it's like the New York, you know what I mean, Hispanic kind of blend vibe thing going. You know, people trying to find you got the beautiful complexion, you know what I mean, the nice hair going and stuff, you know. So, and I'm speaking on that because I obviously don't have none or whatever. So, you know,
I could give you some.
Yeah, please, man. Seriously. Nah, I wouldn't take it if I could get it, man. Somebody said to me the other day, they were like, "Yeah, would you take hair if you could have it?" I'm like, "Nah, man." I'm like, "That'd be weird. Did you picture me with hair? That'd be weird, man." I mean, this thing's getting woofy enough. I might have to do a little trim on that thing, but
it suits you.
I appreciate that. So I mean, listen, dude, you're cooking up a lot of different things. You know, I mean, you're full. Let me ask you this real fast. The videos you create, and I have to know, right? And I kind of do know already. I'm kind of setting you up for this one or whatever. But I mean, you do all that yourself, right?
Everything, every single thing.
If I recall correctly, when we met a couple months ago, you were telling me basically like you go to a job and you basically just set up shop and you know your shots already. You've done so many videos or whatever. You create them so often that you're just shooting a 1 second clip here, 2 second clip here. You're zooming in on the wheels, getting your brush work going here. I mean, you shoot it all and then just all with your finger. You do it all on the phone.
That all on my phone. Every single thing is from my phone.
Bro.
Everything's from my phone. Is that there has to be a way of doing it all on your phone, man. And to me, I feel like if you have this powerful machine in your hands, man, I feel like a lot of people don't know how to use their phones. And if you actually get to master knowing how to use your phone and recording, man, I'm telling you, and if you, I mean, I'm a visual person, so like I envision, like if I have in the day 2-3 cars or whatever the case is, I already envision my shots before I even take the camera out. Like I already know exactly how that video is going to go. All those videos that you see, it literally comes from my brain, and I do the views that I want, the angles that I want, I do it. And it's tough, man. It's tough, honestly. Like when I do it, like, because it's literally by myself and I'm on a time crunch. I'm not in a studio.
You got you got two jobs to get done or whatever, and you got to shoot content in between.
Yeah,
and
man. And it becomes tough. And especially you just never know, man. Like you're liable to getting your phone robbed because you're over here, you know, doing your thing, and the phone is all the way over there, and you got to be on top of it, man. But it's fun, man. I love it. I love it so much. Recording. I love it.
You got some of the ladies in the chat speaking a little bit sweet to you, bro. Bro, watch.
Nah, I can't see none of that, bro.
You can't see none of that?
Nah, man.
All right. Well, good. They're getting a little bit graphic in here. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Let's see here. So, tell us a little bit about how you got involved, because I don't know if people know this or not. And if you don't follow NY Foam Kings, you definitely got to jump on and give them a follow. Give my man some support. I sent a couple of invites to some other cats that were supposed to pop on in here and say what's up, but I don't know if they're going to make it or not. But in any case, tell us a little bit more about kind of some of the things that you decided to bring to market, because I don't know if people know or not, but if they watch your videos, right? And I wanted to go back to them when you were saying your neighbors seen you kind of doing what you were doing out in the yard, and they wanted to kind of start getting their cars done and stuff. I mean, they said you looked pretty serious. I don't know if people watch your videos or not, but this guy literally, and I'm not lying to you, he straps up like he's going to war with a car, right? So he got like a chest joint, and he's strapping it up on two sides, and he's dropping his brushes in there, and he got the toothpicks and all this other stuff. And he just, when this guy gets ready to get into a car, he's going to war with the car. But you bought a couple products to market.
It's all about efficiency, bro. I don't like walking around too much and moving back and forth to the van, or so if I basically created myself as a walking caddy, bro. I just have everything on me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. I mean, like I said, if you guys haven't seen it, be sure to follow his videos. You definitely see him strapping up with that stuff or whatever. And let me ask you this, man. I mean, when we had talked a couple of months ago, you said you were working on some prototypes to kind of bring the chest plate to market.
Man,
I mean, where are you at on that process? I mean, is that something you're still working on? Are we getting closer towards that? Are we still?
It's definitely getting closer. It's definitely getting closer. 100%.
Okay.
I'm trying to like give it a nice little tweaks.
Because yours is custom. You made your setup custom, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to bring something similar to that to you, like to the market for you guys to actually like. I mean, I remember that detailing at one point. It started becoming a little bit more. You know, you start losing like the love for it sometimes. So you gotta like, and that's because sometimes you're basically cutting time. Like you need to be cutting time basically, you know, like, so
you want to make
the less time that you have moving around and all that, like it becomes more fun because now you're just, you know, you're focused on what you're doing, boom, 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 everything.
Yeah.
And you got to figure that out, and it takes time. It takes years for that, you know. Like you gotta.
Yeah, efficiencies are important, man. I mean, even for us with the detail company or whatever, like when we're running through the lots or whatever, like we got to move at a pace that's going to obviously make sure we're able to provide good service to the dealerships, but more importantly, like we got to make sure that we're moving at a pace that's going to not have us losing money and still have us be able to turn profit, get things done in an efficient manner. I mean, it's something that we work on all the time. It's like tiny little adjustments, man. I mean, the efficiency that you could save. I mean, even for us, right? Like we do a lot of burn hole repairs and stuff like that, and the carpets and things like that, or whatever. You know, the glues that we use and stuff like that. If we can keep them if you keep that little bottle inside your pocket, man, you keep a fresh razor blade somewhere, and you're able to just not go back to the van to grab that stuff because it's available to you right in your kit, and you grab it and you go. Like
a few seconds all add up.
Dude,
all those seconds add up.
Huge difference by the end of the day, bro. Huge. So. Yeah, I'm excited to see that, dude. I hope you're continuing to work on that because that's definitely something I want to see come out, because I definitely want to get a set for myself and the guys for sure. So I'm actually going to share my screen right now and show you. I want to bring the guys to your website just so they can kind of see some of the stuff you guys got going on. So let me see here, share screen. Let me see if I can do this without boxing this thing here. And let's see. We good? Yeah, look at that. Chris moving things around. So tell us a little bit about what inspires you to kind of bring some of these products in particular. Look at that one right there. Look at that one right there. So, you know, tell me a little bit more about the foam dispenser, why you bought that out, where you felt like that there was a lane for that, because we don't see a lot of those things available.
The foam dispenser, I mean, I like things to be lubricated for longer periods of time. And I started noticing that, you know, with the sprays, like sometimes when you spray too much or you're trying to get it into a big area, it starts like, you know, like drying out quick. So the foam actually like lathers everything and it keeps it moist for longer periods of time. You actually even use less product too, like when you use it. And that's also, as a detailer, you have to like, try to not spend so much money or spend too much product, and the foam was amazing.
Absolutely.
The kids, that kid is.
So tell me about this right here, and I'm gonna bring somebody in. Has been sitting in the back.
Hey, everybody!
Who came by to say hello?
What's going on, everybody? I'm looking at this kit, and I'm looking, and I'm liking. There's a lot of good things going on here. Why don't we bring on someone else as well?
Hey, look, we got a full house over here. It's the Brady Bunch in this joint.
It's the Brady Bunch on the Funkin Homies episode 1.
Bro, I was in the middle of eating the best chicken of my life.
Where was it from?
You always eating chicken,
bro.
Save us.
Got my lips. The chicken tastes so good. It's got my throat fighting over like what's real. Like, God bless feeling better.
God bless chicken. You know what else?
I'm
God bless
you're feeling better.
Is these kits right here. So EC, I think you've had one of these testing it out. What have your thoughts on the kits here?
Yeah, so it came in handy for two things. So you guys ever do those Toyota's front grills? And you ask yourself, like, Lord, how am I get inside of those to either you could clean it, but just ceramic coat it, add a sealant. At that moment when I was doing that, I realized that I've been in Jamie used all my gloves.
All the gloves.
So I was in the middle of applying a coating. I was like, man, I have no gloves. And I'm so sick. I'm like, I'm not going to Home Depot. I'm not going nowhere.
Going to Harbor Freight.
I look across the room and I see this chick on the table. And I'm like, what's up, mamas? I open it up. Got a pair of gloves.
Nice packaging. Real good. Everything's just nice laid out for you.
Got a pair of gloves. Came in clutch. It's got a scraper. I lost my I had the scraper that how you take decals out. Mm-hmm. He has a scraper in there with the blades. And then that blue stuff right there. You see that blue stuff right there?
Yeah, the little foam deals. Yeah.
All right, so good news. I used that, did the ceramic coating. And I was like, this is real good.
It's real good. Yeah, I like it. It comes with the license plate screws and caps as well. You never know when you want to change, like a little rusty one or that kind of deal. One's missing. Most of the time, my vehicles, they're just missing. They're just barely hanging on, flapping around. So I actually keep me. Come in with a little screw it back on. Got the valve caps. Anyway, what we're trying to say here is we really dug this kit.
We did so good.
So who we got coming into the house now?
We got
NY. And the New York Foam Kings. That's right. And the precision kits. So we're real excited about it. Of course, we're going to throw a little, house logo on it and, represent for the New York Foam Kings. So it's a pleasure to have you in the house. I think these kits are fantastic. I think everyone out there, we don't have nothing like this on the whole house. So
no, I mean, it's like, you know how you see people online, you ask yourself, Christian, you know how I am. Like, will we ever use that? Or you and me every morning when we're at SEMA, drink the same coffee, talked about the same thing, and this kit kept coming up. And I'm like, I'm never used that. At that first, I was like, I never used that.
And then me and Ivan came over.
You and Ivan came over and destroyed my world.
Destroyed the whole world. So it came in clutch for you.
He was more receptive towards the end of the week because Eddie won't tell you this, but he had a little emotional moment with me. He was a little sad he wasn't going to see me the following day. You know what I mean? I was like, listen, I got some parting gifts for you. I forgot. I got one of these kits for you. I want you to check out.
Godfrey was crying.
He says to me, and this is a true story. He goes, today it's a little bit different right now. I'm like, what do you mean, Eddie? He's like, I don't know, man. Like, we're not gonna be able to get up and have coffee together tomorrow morning. And then he got me all emotional, and then we're all standing there.
5 days of seeing these people that I've never seen in my life, right? Only Jamie. I felt like I've known these people my whole life. It's 5 days of the Fremont hose. It's 5 days of
no.
We celebrated Tuesday night together, just you and I, right? We had that moment.
Y'all had a moment.
The money was different the next day, right? The next day, I look at my 401k, it's up 180%.
He's like, I don't care. I don't care that I'm missing my toothbrush and my boxers. It don't mean nothing.
No,
don't mean nothing. What does mean something though are these kits in the house.
Yeah,
so
true.
We just wanted to jump on. Tell you the New York Foam Kings are coming. We're getting this order in ASAP. My man puts them together with his wife. So amazing team they got over here to assemble this thing. Great packaging. They're gonna slap a house logo on it, and they're hitting the site real soon with the refill kits. That way. So you get the kit first, and then you get your little refill kit when you need a refill, and that'll do it to it right there. So welcome to the house, and we're super excited.
I'm honored. Appreciate you
That's
guys,
what's up,
man.
fellas.
I don't even know what
Alright.
to say. Thank you guys for real.
We're gonna bounce.
I'll tell you what to
So-
say. I love
What?
you. So say it back. Just say it back. I'm out. I gotta go eat this
Just
chicken.
get used
Let's
to
eat
it,
this
man.
chicken. All right, later,
Peace,
boys.
y'all.
Great first episode, by the way. So
Thanks.
keep killing
I
it.
removed him, not me. Hey, thank you.
Oh snap!
Wow.
That's what's up, man. Little spot, little something for you right there. You know, so you deserve it, bro. You work really hard, man. Like I said, you really you hit a soft spot on me when I met you a
Appreciate you,
couple months
Christian,
ago,
for real.
dude. Your work ethic and your like I mean, just your posts and your content and the way you were so quick to just kind of jump over, take a couple hour trip over to say what's up, meet me firsthand, shake hands, hang out together, whatever. You know, it was something really special, man. So I'm really happy to be able to try to, you know, help out as best I can to get the kit in there for you, man. You got a great kit. There's no reason why I shouldn't be at the house. These guys are
Appreciate
reaching
you.
all over the world right now. So, you know, let's spread the NY Foam Kings all over the place.
Appreciate you. I'm telling you, that kid has saved me from so much, man. So much. Things that I didn't think that I was able to take out, like, or to reach. That kid would just come in clutch every single time.
Yeah,
Everything.
picks are good, man. The little picks are good. They help. Absolutely.
Everything.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Appreciate you, man.
Very
for real.
cool, man. Very cool.
Hype,
So,
hyped.
what's up, man? Anybody in the comments got any questions? Want to hear anything?
I got
in
a question
particular?
for the audience.
Audience, but go ahead, Godfrey. Knock
Or
yourself
for-
out.
I just wanted to MTE, man. I'm hearing a rumor we're gonna be there.
Oh,
We're
great.
definitely gonna be there.
Yo,
We're all
great.
gonna be there.
We are
we're
going
all
to be
gonna
there.
be
Are you gonna be
house.
there? Are you gonna be there? You're gonna
First
be there too.
choice. First
Oh
choice.
wow!
He just announced he's going to be the special guest with First Choice. First Choice happens to be the booth right caddy corner to us. So if our booth is facing the one direction, they're like our right
Great
wall on the opposite way. So I'm gonna cut a hole through that thing and just be peeking
And
in
be
on
right
it.
in.
What's up, you know
For
what I
those
mean?
who don't
Wait
know,
for the first
MTE
choice.
is in Florida, right? Not
Yeah.
as big as SEMA,
Nah,
but more intimate than SEMA, right?
great way to put it.
You'll get more
Great way to put
FaceTime
it.
with people in the industry. You'll get more chance to make connections if you're trying to grow or scale your brand in the space. All I could say is we went to MTE last year, and we were in SEMA less than a year. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm being thankful for those that helped put us there. House of Rags is definitely one of those those individuals, and Christian has a lot of hard work into this company. That's why he's the head of it. But I'll tell you that you got to start somewhere. So don't feel intimidated. Like, what is MTE? Get your feet wet. I think it's a great starter place for a brand that might be like on the cusp of starting to grow. It's a great convention to go there. And, we're investing in ourselves, right? Like, we went there in person and we're getting a booth this year. So we're believers. We're not just telling you, we're not trying to sell you anything. We're not even an official spokesman for it. We want you to come see us. I'm just saying, being on TikTok and talking to people on the live, I hear like, what is MTE? Stands for Mobile Tech Expo. And I think it's definitely a worthwhile trip. There's a lot of flights into Orlando because of Disneyland, because that's where it's at. And
Anybody could pop over. It's next to nothing. But I mean, the cool part about it is, like you said, dude, it's definitely more of an intimate experience. I mean, we intimately got told by Ivan last year on the tour bus, like, yo, you probably shouldn't be suitcasing in the hallways. They're going to kick your ass out and not let you be able to come back and actually set a booth up next year. So we kind of throttled ourselves back until we got down there last year.
We didn't really have suitcases, but
I mean, we were bagged up, kind of.
But we weren't nowhere near on the convention. We were just
we were far enough away. But I mean, the kind sir was nice enough to let us know, hey, you guys might not want to get caught doing that. They might not let you back next year. And we wound up making it out of there alive and wound up getting ourselves a booth this year.
We weren't out there like we were on Canal Street.
We want.
You know what I'm saying? We weren't like Canal Street out there. We had like a table set up and like, it wasn't like it was like
we were out there hustling, right? Because Adrian from Detail AF showed up and met us. We met Adrian, met Ricky for the first time, met old man Tim. Harold was out there, but literally as soon as we met up with these guys, they're like, yo, give us stuff or whatever. And then literally like 5 people in the lobby are all like, yo, you ever hear of BioMouse? Yo, you ever hear of BioMouse? And all of a sudden, like, everyone's stopping, people are coming over. And it was like that for the whole first day. It was like the training day that we were there or whatever in the hallways. So like, luckily we didn't get in trouble.
Adrian and Tim were like Spider-Man and like Sub-Zero, like, get over here. Like, it was crazy.
It was unbelievable. Like, they're like, yo, Christian, do me a favor. You got more samples? Hey, Matt, give me this. And I'm like, yo, you guys, we gave you shirts. Like, you guys want to sell all weekend for us or what?
Yeah.
Like,
it was a beautiful thing. And I will tell you that that doesn't mean, so let me define this a little bit. do not go into the convention hall and have a book bag and start giving out samples. That would be a problem for you. They probably would ban you from coming back. We did not do that. We respected that boundary, so to speak, right? But, if you're there, you can have your samples with you and talk to people and be like, yeah, this is my company. Oh, here's a sample right here. Have some, have a backpack on you. Have some in your, they're not searching you like SEMA with a backpack, like, oh, what's in there? You know what I mean? It's a different vibe. So, we were prepared for that. And knowing Christian was like, let's bring 20 boxes.
That was so bad, dude.
The maid was like, why does your room smell so good?
Your room smells so nice, right? And then like we would see people on the second day of the show, right? And they would come up to us and they'd be like, dude, our hotel room smelled so good. It's unbelievable. Like every time we open the door, that's all we smell is the bar. And
they're cutting air freshener bars like we're on the production line.
It was pretty funny, man.
Black gloves on and stuff.
Yeah, we went down there. We shipped everything down there because we didn't know how much stuff we'd be able to give away or what level of, suitcasing we could do or whatever. We didn't even know it was called suitcasing before Ivan told us it was called suitcasing. We just wanted to go down there and give out free stuff, help grow the business, and see if it was worth investing in a booth come time next year. But we shipped down it was 400, 500 bars. And I got the genius idea to snap them in half and throw them into baggies. That's where the whole baggies thing came from for the mesh baggies or whatever. And the person that I gave one to Adrian, he put a post up online about it and everyone's like, yo, how can we get baggies? And that's how that whole thing kind of turned into that or whatever. But yeah, it's going to be a good time, man. I'm looking forward to it, especially like I said, man, if you guys want to jump in on an Airbnb with us, man, you guys are more than welcome to come down, pop in the house with us. And
we definitely come, bro.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. You guys should definitely show up.
Absolutely. So we got a couple questions in here. Juice Free obviously is trolling from yesterday. Don't act like I didn't see you on the pod with Eddie and Jamie talking about the difference between the protector and the dressing. I'm going to tell you the same thing they told you. Get out of here with that nonsense. Let's see here. Birdie got a question. He needs to know, who's your favorite boxer, bro?
My favorite boxer would have to be, I think I will have to go with Roy Jones Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. I'm one of the old school cats.
What'd you think about the Netflix fight a couple weeks ago? We don't have to talk about the Tyson thing. Obviously, we all know how we feel about that. But them chicks got it in, man.
Oh, facts. They got it in. That was a really good fight, man. But I feel like, I don't know, Katie was headbutting too much, bro.
She does that, though, from what I understand. Everybody says that's
but that's not part of boxing, bro. That's what I'm saying. We're not.
I'm not lying to you.
But it's a strategy. It's a strategy.
Bro, that chick had a lip on top of her eyebrow, bro.
Man,
and the freaking cut man was sticking his finger in that joint, in there. I'm like, yo, what's up?
Yo,
but you don't feel that out of the adrenaline. You don't feel that.
You know what?
I'm sure
what fooled me about that whole night is when Mike Tyson was gave that dude a kiss and came out cheeks out. I thought Crazy Mike was back.
I'm sorry, bro. Cheeks out Mike was the wildest part of the whole night.
Facts.
The wildest part of the whole
I was like,
night. It caught everybody off guard. Nobody was ready for that, bro. They panned out and he was cheeked up. I'm like, oh shit. Go.
Yo, Mike's more of a showman than people realize. And people I think kind of underestimate his hustle in a sense. He needed some money. He took it. I think he could have hurt him, and I don't think Jake Paul wanted to hurt him either.
I mean, I don't know. There's rumors that there's Arab King that's trying to pay him $800 million to fight him with no script. So we'll see how that goes.
But you're a boxing guy. I mean, in all reality,
Tate said he wanted to fight Jake Paul, right?
Yeah. But in all reality, that's not real boxing.
I'll fight Jake Paul. I'll fight Jake Paul.
I'm telling you, Ross, I'm playing. This dude's sweet, man. You see Josuel in public. He's the ball.
Bro,
be happy he's on our side.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro. Trust me. I put in work on him, bro.
Yeah, I got. Oops.
Yeah, that
we got a couple more questions in here. So Alfred wants to ask. He said, "How much time is the recording? How does the recording of videos add to your detail process on average? Say you're doing a car. How long does it take you to do all your cuts and stuff like that? What's it add?
I mean, before it would take me maybe 40 minutes with everything together, but now I'm telling you, it'll be extra 15-20 minutes because they literally all no more than 2 seconds, 3 seconds long. I don't be recording long.
You're just like bink. Bink.
Yeah. And then I continue doing the work because you gotta continue on, bro. And your phone don't have. Now I'm gonna put I think it's a storage space that they put on the phones now, and I'm gonna just end up doing that for I could just have endless content on there.
Sure.
Start doing the YouTube. I'm gonna open up my YouTube real soon already though. So
That's
watch
what's
out for
up.
that.
Very nice. Very nice.
I could get people heated in boxing if you wanted to. I could ask them like, is Miguel Cotto underrated or overrated?
Is this a question to me or to
you? To you.
Oh, for me, I don't know. I mean, Cotto would have been the person that I would have been fighting if I would have continued on with boxing for sure. But he is definitely underrated.
You think underrated? Okay.
Yeah.
Overrated. Yeah. I kind of, Detail Made Simple kind of agrees with me. EC says cheeks. I just wanted to throw that in there because someone made a comment and said, here we go. We got the Latinos arguing about boxing. I knew we could just set the channel on fire. You set the channel on fire, bring some Cotto questions out. You're like, what? Manny Pacquiao. You know what? That's one of my favorite fighters, and I'll leave this last boxing comment. I was mad that he didn't get to fight Floyd Mayweather earlier in his prime. I felt like 100%. Floyd ducked him, and it could have been a better fight than it was.
Yeah, so. I agree. But that's all strategy. He did that as a strategy.
Yep.
I didn't like
so that. we're all from the same era back in the day when Tyson was just ringing bells and stuff like that or whatever. I mean, Tyson in his prime. I mean, you've seen that lunge, that the little dip, and Jake Paul's like, "Oh no," you know what I mean? Like he was afraid he was going to get rocked. So that's that moment for me where I was like, I don't know about this damn fight no more, man. Like that right there. If he was scared like that to get hit, because you see all the videos of Tyson training, and this dude's savage in the training videos that they were showing.
Yeah, he's one of the same two people.
Man. Nah, he must have smoked a big ass doobie or something before the fight. Try to calm him down. But,
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he could be old, whatever. You see, you ain't getting in the ring with him, man. He did nothing but talk junk on Tyson the whole time, bro.
Yeah, McNeely, man. That was a cream puff fight right there.
I want to get to a couple of these questions, guys. We're about to run into this hour. I don't want to keep people too long on a Tuesday night. I appreciate everybody showing up. So Alfred asked, we got that one done out the way. This is another question. Any plan on releasing large tab for the car kits in bulk without the jar? Short answer is no. And the reason for that is there's the vehicle kits are a pretty decent amount of chemical. It can be dangerous if not used properly. We do sell to people outside of just detailers, and if we don't have the proper precautionary and safety statements with that and the warnings on the jar, outside the jar, things like that, we could run into some type of potential issue if someone decides to be an idiot and sit in the car while the gas is off. So long story short, we don't actually have any intentions on dropping any loose bulk tablets. You can get the minis in bulk, but that's it for the time being. Hold up, we got a special guest popping in here randomly. Hey,
yo, what's happening?
What's good with you, brother? How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. How you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good, bro. Pretty good. Appreciate you stopping by for the last 30 seconds of the pod,
man.
We'll aim to do this again next week with you.
Man, it was like everybody knew I was trying to get home, so they were like, "Let me crash and keep Papa from this live stream." Man, I apologize.
You're on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
The beers are definitely in the building right now, though.
Oh, sure.
I'm just saying.
Nah, I'm the least here, bro.
Yeah, you're the prettiest one in this chat, though, man. You ain't gotta worry about it. And you're probably the one that hits the hardest too. So you're all right. God forgot that big head with that glass jaw, from what I hear.
Nah, not true, man. This head's like a boulder.
Hey, I've been listening, man. It's been an awesome first podcast, man. Like I said, I'm sorry, man. It took me so long. That was my fault. But man, what's up?
Appreciate you stopping by, man.
How long you guys plan on going? Are you just keeping it to an hour? Or?
Yeah, we're gonna do an hour for the first episode. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves or whatever. People are actually still here tuned in.
See this comment right here? This is why you gotta have jars. Can't have nice things. See that? See that right there? Straight up. Listen, man. Other thing on the jar I just want to say real quick. Listen, upcycle. Make it a plant. Put in a seed. Grow something with it. It ain't gonna ain't gonna really change the cost anyway. So people ask that all the time. It's gonna really be around the same cost. Repurpose the jar. Put some tabs in it. Things that you might need. But unfortunately, that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah, make it like a pen cup or something, you know, keep
Yeah,
all your pens and your miscellaneous stuff. I mean, what you really could do with it, if people wanted to start getting, you know, intimate with it, you could use the tabs. We got the compressed cloths that grow, put some APC in that thing, grow them up, get yourself a ready to use towel, pull it right out the jar whenever you want to use it or whatever. But we can get into that in any other time or whatever. But
Yes, sir.
David asked a question in the beginning in the chat. About can you let the aerator run for say like 4 hours? Ultimately, dude, you can, but you're not going to get any more gas released from that jar. Once that liquid turns pretty much clear, there is no more gas molecules inside the jar. So you could let it run and keep the doors shut. You're going to burn through batteries on the pump, but that's it. Ultimately, the true you get the once the tablet fully gases off with the aerator, the idea is to keep all the gas inside that vehicle as long as possible. So it's not necessarily about turning the pump off. It's about if you have a really bad odor, just leave that vehicle closed up. So sometimes you just got to throw 2 AA batteries to the wind and let it sit for a couple extra hours. But I would say that happens maybe like 1 out of every 10 cars or something like that. So
So the fluid, you got to wait for the fluid you're talking about the liquid, it turns clear?
Yep.
Or
yeah, it'll turn pretty much clear. It'll be like a milky clear color. It's not 100% clear, but it will certainly not be the same color yellow as up above Godfrey's head right there in the Funkin. That's for sure.
okay. So that's a telltale sign of when it's pretty much just
Good.
depleted.
There's no more gas left in the water. It's all inside the vehicle at that point.
And it's I don't correct me if you didn't just say this already, Christian. You know, the aerator I really am a big fan of because it's going to get the most gas out of the tablet compared to just using it with the tablet by itself in the water with the jar. And a lot of people don't think about that, but you're getting a stronger application in a shorter period of time, which is
100%, dude. I mean, you're going to get an increased concentration of gas that gets released. I mean, typically you're roughly between like, I'd say like 65, 75% of the gas probably gets out of the jar, depending on the hardness of the water conditions, you know, how hot it is in the vehicle, humidity, things like that, or whatever. When you use the pump, you're getting 100% of that gas out of that jar. So if you have a car that's like an 8, 9, or a 10 on a funk level, you definitely want to make sure you can use the pump when possible. But, you know, outside of that, guys, I mean, I think that pretty much wraps us up, right, for the first episode. Obviously, everyone, like I said, like we said before, more than welcome. Send us a DM on Instagram. Godfrey's on TikTok. Make sure you check him out. He runs the Bio Bombs TikTok page. Please be sure to give us a follow if you don't follow already. That dude's struggling for followers over there. I think he's sitting at like 2,000 or something like that.
2,500.
So we got to step him up or whatever. So any love we can get there.
2,500 is like 10,000 TikTok, though. Let's be real. I mean,
Is this an every Tuesday? Is that your guys' day every Tuesday at 5 or?
Yeah, we're going to run Tuesday at 5 for you, 8 for us.
8 EST, 5 PST.
PST. Well, man, count me in for next Tuesday, man, because
yeah, man,
I feel bad I missed the show, man. And
it's all good, man. We're gonna have. I told these guys earlier. I said we're gonna have invites popping to people all the time. You never know who to expect to just drop in, say what's up.
Papa Smurf, don't worry though, because you could go on Thor and watch it from the beginning after it gets posted on the network.
I've been listening this entire time.
Right,
I've been sitting in traffic. You know what I mean? But I just got a cell phone ticket last week, my first time ever. So I'm trying not to be on my phone.
Oh, you got a cell phone ticket?
Man, got me, bro. He got me.
How do you not have headphones, bro?
I do, but I was literally going to pick my son up from school, and I just looked down at my phone. I looked up, and he was right pulling me over. I was like, literally 10 seconds looking down at my phone.
Boys, it get you, bro. Listen, I'm all about that though. You shouldn't be on your phone when you're driving. I used to ride bikes, and for me, it's like that's when I used to ride my Harley, man. That was like the big thing. It's like I would always be like 360 aware, even when I was sitting at a light, because I'm like, yo, if some idiot rolls up, is not paying attention or whatever, like I'm going across the intersection.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And if you're in the car with me, bro, and I see you pick up the phone and start texting while you're driving, you might as well just tuck your head in because I'm chopping that thing right off. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
I've been listening this entire time, man. So yeah, man. It's great first show. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to that kit. I saw that kit. That thing is dope, man. I'm definitely picking one up.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
Appreciate you, man.
No worries. All right, man. Well, I'll let you guys get up off here. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chats, man. Sorry I'm late. Much love to everybody. I'll hop off. Y'all in the show, man. Much love. I'm gonna go inside and prep some dinner. So
what's up, Pops? Appreciate you, brother.
Yep, I love all you guys, man. Take care.
I miss you, buddy.
I miss you too, man. I'll call you. I mean, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Word up. All right, cool.
All right, brother. All right, guys.
Peace, brother.
Peace. John, it depends on what part of Pennsylvania. Short answer.
Yeah, short answer. It does depend on what part of Pennsylvania. Becca said I'll fight Jake Paul.
Well, friends,
man,
we're gonna wrap this up.
Absolutely, guys. I had an absolute blast on this first episode. I'm sure everybody had a good time. I hope you guys were entertained. This is the first of many. Feel free to shoot us a DM if you want to pop on and talk shop with us about whatever. Feel free to send us ideas, critique us, tell Godfrey how big his head is. Whatever you want in the DMs, it doesn't make a difference. Just don't send us any nude pics because then, that can get a little weird.
Thank you guys for having me, man. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure.
To the king of NY after my man BIG passed. Appreciate you, brother. Be good. I'll catch up with you sometime this week. We'll link up for another call.
Yeah, we're gonna do more of these. We're gonna do a whole bunch of them.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Let's do our thing here. We're gonna run this outro, and we out.
Godfrey.
Peace.
Hey.